All right, guys. Do I say good evening or good morning? And it's good morning because it is 1:13 a.m. here in Douala. See Douala? No, Garoua. Sorry. So we're in Garoua. I made a mistake. I thought it was Douala. Um, as you all know, my name is Adafi Matthew Esogene. Even though I'm streaming live because I really do not have the time to do the recording, so I just have to say this. And I promise you all that I would always have to do the live show from 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning. But that's when I'm in Nigeria. I came to Cameroon. I came here to do a job. I can't see my head. It's messing. I came here to do a job, and the job I've started. I'm just entering the house. Entered the house like about 30 minutes ago. Just eat, which means by my calculation, the whole of 19th of January I didn't eat. I can see my eyes don't go inside my neck, don't dip small. I didn't eat because I didn't eat breakfast yesterday morning at in Douala, and I also didn't eat when we were flying from where we were to this place. So no snack, nothing, nothing. But that's fine. It's because it's the focus of the job. And this is my diary section. I promise you guys at the beginning that when I get to Cameroon, I'll give you updates on my everyday movement. So thanks to those of you who have joined me online. It makes me feel very humbled and proud at the same time. Humbled that I could just go live and then there are people that are already there. So if you're watching the live, you can ask any question of my activities and I'm obliged to answer you. I'm obliged to. Any question at all, any question that you think of that you need me to answer about my movement and everything that concerns me here. You're free to ask those questions. I'll be here to answer them one after the other. Just give me a minute, something. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, every time you're here again. This is my brother. You're really. In short, the title of your shoulder is not. It's not wasted on you at all. You're really a shoulder. I can't get past that. Okay, so my day started up. You already know you guys were with me on my live. So those of you who were with me on my live, and it started up with me waking up in the morning, taking my bath. I like to take my bath very early. It's something that I've learned from my days of playing football to my days of working with Brilla and all that. So I took my bath, dressed up, went down to the restaurant when we were still in Douala. Now we're in Garoua. And when I went to the restaurant, breakfast I thought it was going to be like custard, Quaker oat, tea, and the rest of them. But then there was rice, there was this. I just didn't eat that breakfast. But then I sat there and I was looking around. Where's the best place where I can have my live section? So I started running around looking for where you have a socket, an extension, a plug, and all that. And eventually I got it. So, yes, professionally. And so I got to space, and that's how we did the live for 1 hour before we left for the airport and then, moved on to Garoua from Douala. First thing that surprised me was the fact that when we got to the airport, it's a local flight. I noticed that in Cameroon, okay, the locals they don't even need ID card, just their ticket code or their ticket, and then they get their boarding pass and they're gone. That was strange for me. It's okay. In Nigeria, they'll ask you your ID card. This ID card is not driver's license. It's not passport. Well, hey, fine. They enjoy that. We did the same thing with our own passport and the rest. We spent some time in the airport. One other thing that I noticed with Cameroon that is also common with French francophone people. French people are never in a hurry. Okay, there is this French word that I learned pretty early in the beginning of my life. It's called laissez-faire attitude. Laissez-faire attitude is somebody who just does things casually, que sera, sera, whatever will be. I noticed that at the airport in Douala. I didn't like it, but hey, you don't protest in foreign countries because you can do it and get yourself into trouble and cause more problem. So we just waited it out and we got in on the plane. So when we got in on the plane, they didn't even tell us that. Okay, so if you follow my live stream in the morning when I was doing when we're driving to the airport on Instagram, and then my Instagram I shut down. I don't know, can't log in again. Just log me out. I can't log in again. Maybe until I get back to Lagos. The internet here is still terrible. It's worse than the one in Douala. So we boarded the flight. And you remember when people? I was asking people. They said to drive from Douala to Garoua is 3 days. Some say 2 days, some say 3 days. Well, whatever it is, but let's just put it in the barest minimum, 2 days. So we got on the plane. In my head, I was thinking, within a country, we're going to drive for 2 or 3 days. How long will it take a flight? Well, we got on the flight, 1 hour, 40 minutes. We flew from Douala and we were landing. I was happy, like, 1 hour, 40 minutes, even though it's longer than some other local flights that I've taken in Lagos, but this is fine. Only for us to we landed. Some people were sitting, some were already on the. So I thought we're coming down. Got to my turn. I stood up and carried my bag. I carry this my red carry-on bag and this bag of drone. And so, are you coming down here in Yaoundé? Yaoundé? What am I doing in Yaoundé? I'm going to Garoua. They said no. It felt like I was in a Molue today, like in a plane, but I felt like and it's a Boeing, it's a very big plane, so I can fly international routes. But I felt like I was in a Molue because when I stopped, people that came down, a lot of people that came down, and I start checking bags again. And I said, if you have your bag yet, this is all the carry-on luggage. Identify your bag. We did that. Next thing, and I said, people were packing in, packing in, packing in. Like, you sure? Sure, with this one. But then we eventually spent like 40 minutes at the airport, and then we took off again. This is the third time in my life that I'm experiencing that, like, drop and pick people. People say they've experienced it, but my third time in my life I'm experiencing it. One was in Russia, another time was in Brazil, and this one. It was okay. So we landed in Garoua. When we landed in Garoua, the first expression that hit me, Garoua looked like Meduguri or Kano, but Kano is way more advanced than Garoua. So let's say Meduguri looked like Meduguri, village setting that is trying to urbanize. Okay, so we got out of the airport. And our vehicle were not ready. We're not at the airport yet, so we called them. They said they are 10 minutes away, and then we waited for about exactly 10 minutes, and they were with us. It was a Mercedes-Benz Formatic, 2008, and a RAV4, 2006. So, and then one small saloon car, packed in our load, in 16 luggages, equipment and everything. And if you guys can see some of them here, let me show you. This that you see here, this is just one half of it, the camera there and all that. So this is even one of the bus. Okay, so we got going, and so we passed. We got past the pack everything in the trunk, and then we moved. The beauty. 10 minutes, 10 minutes after we left the airport, we were seeing the stadium directly. I was so happy, like I was happy like a child in a chocolate store. I was so happy like a girl in a perfume shop, or like a girl in a shop that have accessories, bags, and the rest. I was so happy because it means that if we're going to leave from the stadium to the airport at any time, it's not too far. I was happy about that. And then our accommodation, this accommodation is just like 3 minutes behind the stadium. But then we had issues getting here. We had to drive around because almost all the roads were blocked, police and everywhere. So Cameroon, what I discovered is that Cameroon is not a francophone country 100%. So there is the francophone side and then the anglophone side. The francophone side are oppressing the anglophone. So It's a story for another day, but I'll tell you that story. And then another thing I learned about Cameroon, which I also saw in Togo and the Republic, is that France is actually still controlling Cameroon. So, in other words, in the real sense, yeah, I didn't call it for political conversation, but I need to say this is my diary, is my the reality, what I saw. In the real sense, Francophone countries in Africa are still all under colonial rules. As a matter of fact, what it means is France say own all these countries. The citizens are living on renters because they're still paying rent to France, which is strange, after colonial rules. So I now look back and first thing I said to myself is, wow, Nigeria is way freer than I thought. You know, when you think, our country is not free, our country is a zoo, they are misbehaving. Well, what I saw today confirmed to me that we're living in a free country. That's not to say everything is good. I'm not trying to compare Nigeria with Cameroon. It would be stupid of me to even compare Nigeria with Cameroon because we're way ahead of Cameroon. So we're not in the same league. There's no need comparing Nigeria with Cameroon. Nigeria should be comparing itself with greater countries like Singapore, Dubai, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and the rest of them. So I know there's no basis to compare Nigeria with Singapore. I mean with Cameroon, but those are my observations. And then what I have, because I've not come to the stadium area. I've not gotten my accreditation. And this is accreditation. And what I also noticed that every match day, for you to go to the stadium, you have to do your COVID test. So this is a proof that I did my COVID test and I'm COVID negative. So we went to go get this accreditation. Now, this accreditation means that we can have access to the stadium. When we went to the office where we need to get the accreditation, they said the only person who can access the computer had gone out. So we had to wait for about 1 hour, 17 minutes for the man to come. And then he took our passports, took our computerized us, did our biometrics, and they printed this out for us. So this is my accreditation. This gives me access into the stadium anytime. Uh, Anytime there's match on match days, or how do you call it? But yeah, that's sorry, my battery. Okay, any match day. So this gives us access. Now on match day, you still as a media person, you still have to go get match ticket. What is match ticket? This one takes you to the mix zone. Look at it properly. You see it MZ. There's MZ there. Mix zone. This one is press conference, PCR conference. This one takes you to the media tribune, MT, media tribune, where the journalists are gathered. So you get your own VIP kind of treatment. I'm just giving you this, I'm just showing you so that you see how it works. Another experience that we got. So at halftime, there is snacks for journalists. And this was very strange as well because it's my first experience of going to an African Cup of Nation as a media person. I've always gone to watch matches, buy tickets, go sit down where I want to sit down, either VIP or wherever my money reach, popular side anywhere. But this is the first time I'm coming as a media person. And so halftime, you're supposed to go get snacks. We went there together. I saw people. I was going to pee. I didn't know that they give snacks. And then I saw people, there was a little bit of, when I first passed, people were collecting snacks. So I thought it was maybe they were paying. I was like, okay, if I come out, I'll pay. I still have like, in my pocket, I have like 30,000 SAFA. Okay, so I'll buy food. So I came back and I stood there and I noticed that the people were raising their voice. What happened? Said that they had only 16 snacks, 16 pack of snacks. And I saw people eating. It was very rich. There was plenty of fish, croaker fish, egg, plantain, was rich. But for 16. And the journalists, the last time I checked the list, was about 102. How do you prepare 16 takeaway pack for 102 journalists? And you give accreditation because, so given accreditation, you should check your list and see the people that you prepared for. But hey, another thing again that gladdens my heart is that on match day, Nigeria had more journalists in the stadium. Now, another thing I noticed inside the stadium when match started was that we have three sets of Nigerian Football Supporters Club. So currently, Nigeria is the most represented football supporters club in the tournament. So we are actually adding color to the tournament. Don't also forget that Nigeria is the country that brought the spark to the tournament. Okay, when I say the spark, tournament was kind of super boring until the Super Eagles played against Egypt, and all of a sudden it exploded into life. Nigeria is the only team in this tournament to have won all three games in the group stage. And to make matters sweet, Nigeria as a country have only won all three games in a group stage before twice in the history of our appearing in the tournament. The sweet thing is the two times we've achieved that this year and 2006, Eguavon was the coach. Why am I pushing this narrative? Is when Eguavon was named interim, a lot of people say, "Who is he? What does he know? What pedigree does he have?" And I was shocked, and I was doing research. I was just checking. Okay, during the press conference, what question am I going to ask him? What am I going to say? What I need to be able to center my question on something that's different that I wasn't expecting anybody else to ask. So as I do that research, I found out that it's the only time Nigeria have won all matches in the group was in 2006 when Eguavon was in charge. And this time we had scored one goal, the first goal we scored. So I was saying to myself, okay, I want to ask another question. Sadiq Kumar has scored a goal. I was like, okay, this is the first time. I thought it was the first time, so I started researching, and I found out that in 2006 we won all the group games. So twice we have won all group games. Twice Iguavon has been the coach. And I would read your comment on the comment section. I would also want you to say something about what you think. We've played three games now. I think that we were very good against Egypt. We were sloppy against Sudan, but we won 3-1. And today we're excellent. What I love about the game was the fact that we know when to cool down the tempo of the game, and we know when to raise the tempo up, which was very, very beautiful as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, I'm not raising my voice because my voice is really, really gone, and then I'm dead tired. But again, from tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., we're out on the road. So I won't have that time to do that 1 hour session with you guys. I didn't even know that I would have up to this amount of people. Let me be very honest here. Let me not be forming superstar celebrity. But I also want to say massive thank you to all of you guys who are subscribed to this channel. Yeah, you guys are making me feel good, like really, really happy that the work and the sacrifice that I'm putting in is really worth it. It's not something I shouldn't quit on it, okay? Because that feeling always comes. So thank you very much for all that. But having said that, we went into the game, 8 changes was made, and we were playing and playing, and all of a sudden, the game, I started loving the game. I started like, okay, people around me was talking, oh, so Kumar should be dropped, and I said, yes, the boy is not playing well. And I think I remember one guy, Ilori, is from Ibadan. He said, they should drive Sadiq Kumar. They should Sadiq Kumar. And I said to him, I said, sir, did you play football? He said, no. I said, okay, let me give you my footballer's perspective. I am a former football player. I'm a former coach as well. But let me give you my footballer perspective. You don't have to agree with me. If you don't agree, it's fine. I said, listen, Sadiq Kumar is one of the last few players to be picked in this team. He's not trained with this team before. This team had only 10 days to train. In that 10 days, not all the players were available. It's a matter of fact, people like Jamilu Collins and what's this guy? Semi Ajayi all came in after they had arrived here. So it's not like this team had perfect chemistry. It's not like this team was playing very well before. It's not like this team was in the best form and shape. So this guy just came in and you expect him to just blend and perfect in the team. It's going to take him some time. What the coach is really doing is giving him chance, integrating him, knowing that this is a good boy. And this is the best thing you do. You build a player's confidence. And the guy said, wow, that's true. I can't argue this one. That's true. So we left him. That time he had not scored. But he was like, this boy will not score. And then eventually, Kelechi Iheanacho got a very beautiful true pass. I don't know if it is Alex Iwobi that gave him the pass or it's Tyrone, but somebody gave him the pass. And then Kelechi unselfishly played what we call arrow 2 pass to the far post. There was Umar there, and then there was one other player. But Sadiq Umar was the one that missed the ball. The ball beat the goalkeeper because it was pulling out. It was going out of the goal. and he's slamming that for the goal. And then True Second was lucky to be at the end of a beautiful dribble by the player that I have criticized the most in the last 2 years, Moses Simon, who has also shown like a billion and a zillion star in this tournament. Kudos to him. I appreciate him for what he's done so far in the tournament. But then True Second won the man of the match because he's also defended very well in this competition. So now let me go to your comments in the comment section. I'll take them one after the other. If I need to answer, I'll answer if there's question. But if you guys have any comment on the match, the performance of the Super Eagles so far, you can say. But that's the diary of me. That's how my day went. Tomorrow night when we come back, I will also give you guys some. Okay, we were in the press conference, so I was also in the press conference. My first time of being in the press conference in an African Nations Cup or anything, and I was lucky to be picked to ask a question. And I asked a question. I said, Coach, since seeing that you are the coach, the only coach in the history of Nigeria that have won all group games in the African Nations Cup. And from a team that was, not doing well, didn't have a pattern, didn't have a structure, and the fact that Sadiq Umar in his first two games really not played well. What is it that you said to this team, and what do you tell Sadiq Umar, before he goes into a game? And the coach answered, I don't know if any one of you watched the press conference, you must have heard my voice or heard the answer that Egwavon gave. So that's it. But then my team, the guys that came in, they did their job, did some shots and all that. We're working on, getting access to the training ground of the Super Eagles tomorrow by 11. But the reason why I will not be able to do my morning live show and why I'm doing this one is that very early in the morning from 6:30 or 7, we'll go out and go get passes for the vehicles. We rented vehicles, two vehicles, each one 60,000 naira per day. Those two GP, they'll be with us for the period. We are trying our best. We're trying our best to do the job. This place they also have Boko Haram here, so it's a very unsecure place. So we also have security people that we paid that protect us because we have heavy equipment that will carry equipment. We're running into about 115 million naira. So we got to be careful. Some are our own, some we rented. So we got to be very, very careful how we move about. So we have our security details that is with us, like we're in the military zone. But that said, let me go to the question. So every time say I did yo, and then he went on and say I heard your beautiful voice today in the post-match interview. Thank you very much. Oluduwale David, say greetings from Bremen. Hope the journey was not stressful. My brother is stressful. You see, I dey talk like who they whisper. It's not because I want to whisper. I am dead tired, like really, really born out. But hey, God did. BJ please say good morning. Good morning to you. Rex Mark Saliba. Saliba, that's Arsenal defender. Now your namesake. What's your thought on Nigeria match? The match was beautiful. I enjoyed it. It was lovely. I like the fact that we controlled the tempo. We chose when to raise the bar up and bring it down. We also played very wide. A few players, I don't think it's a correction thing. It's just what it is. They would grow into the game. I like the fact that we won all three games in the group, even when it was the reserve team that was played. They also played with the same tempo, the same momentum that the regular starters were using. Well, when Moses Simon came in and the few other substitutions they made, the game changed, the dynamics of the game changed. Moses Simon have really proved me wrong, shown that sometimes what makes a player play bad is the coach that is playing under. I'm very, very impressed with Moses Simon. I'm happy the fact that he shot me down, but he still needs to work on his crosses. I wish that goal had gone in for him. It really, really did came in and changed the tempo of the game. So I'm impressed with the Super Eagles. No fault. I can't put blame on anybody. I can't fault anything. Okay, Bright is using emoji to talk. BJ plays. Like I always tell people, I'm old now. I don't know what the meaning of some of these emojis that people or sticker that people put. You used to play football? Yes, I used to play football. BJ plays. They say professionally. Yes, professionally because I played in Nigeria for 2.5 seasons in Sharks of Port Harcourt, Cement, and then I went to Sweden. So yes, I did play professionally. BJ plays. They say, wow, BJ plays. I never knew. Well, there's so many things about me you don't know. Emmanuel Okonta, he say 1 hour 40 minutes from Douala to Yaoundé. What speed was the flight going? 20 minutes per hour. Well, that's what it took. Oh, Mario Nathaniel, he say, yeah, I saw something about the dispute between the francophone side and the anglophone. The thing is strong. It's not just I don't call that a dispute. You know, it's oppression and suppression and a whole lot of Cameroon last year or 2 years ago on Twitter. I stay on, and this country is in a mess. This country is Africans need to wake up. This what I saw today just told me about what Bob Marley sang. African unite. We really need to. Anderson Edika, I say Elegwete with the swag, thumbs up. My brother, not get swag. I be Mugu right now. I've seen it. I weak like Dodo. Way overripe. Bright is clapping his hand. I think that's what it means. It's okay, slapping his hand. Mario Natalia is saying Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. JA is say, how would you rate it will be on this game? I think it will be did very well in this game, but I think he should learn how to stay his wing. That's one thing he's not learned how to do. They play you wide, play wide. Because the funny thing is, you're not playing as a number 10. They play as a number 10, you struggle. But then he had a lot of incisive passes. I think it was one that made the assist, the secondary assist for the first goal. It was good. It was full of running. It was supporting the Tyrone Ibue. It was very, very good. I saw like the team was lifted, and it was good. I'm not really a fan of Alex Iwobi, but he impressed me with his performance today. One of the best games I've seen him play in recent times. So I'm really impressed by that. Rex Max Saliba said Umar Sadiq shouldn't be on that team again. Why do you say so? Try and understand that. Please listen again. Another thing with Nigerian football fans is there is a particular thing they expect every player to be. Not everybody is going to be what's it called now? Rashidi Akini, Samson Siasia, Obafemi Martins, Julius Agawa, or Victor Osimhen. Some people will come with their style. Yes, he had a chance to score early in the first half, dribbled the goalkeeper, didn't put the ball in the net. It's a little bit slow, clumsy, and drabby. Okay, now I know we are close. We live close to the airport, right? But he eventually scored. So give him credit for that. And he's a player that is just coming into this team. It will take him some time to integrate. I know that not everybody will understand that, but integration into a team does not happen overnight. Even in a workplace, if they employ you in the company newly, it takes you some time to settle in, to start making friends, and still getting into it. But to come into a tournament like this and all of a sudden become part of the team, it's not easy. I think I would recommend that if you can, look for this book okay? Uh, Audacity to Refuse by Sondolise, because it chronicles some things, some experiences that players go through. I think when you if you see this book, if you buy it, it will make you it will change your way of judging players, especially African players. It will help you a little bit because I was reading what he was saying there, and it was sharing my experience. So it will help you guys understand how this thing works. It's not really that easy. So you guys should also be calm a little bit. I know that everybody expects automatic performance overnight, but it's not going to always be like that. So you guys should be calm a little bit. Where did I start now? You say it doesn't want to come out. Okay. Without a doubt, you say Elegbe. That's not my name. I don't know what that is. Without a doubt, say that Cameroon life will tire you out to. Well, I came here for a job. That's the most important thing. The goal is to get what I want. The person who wants to mine crude oil or gold knows that there's going to be dirty work, there's going to be stress, but he's putting his eyes on the goal. So I'm putting my eyes on the goal. I didn't take a load to come here to come and enjoy. It wasn't a vacation. It was a walk. Work is not always going to be easy. So that's why my mind and my focus is on, and we are going to try our best. I have a great team, fantastic guys. They are sent from heaven. Mario said, I feel indeed they shouldn't have played 90 minutes, but it was a good performance from the guys. Now, the reason why the coach played Ndidi for 90 minutes is they plays in a stable position, and they were pairing a new center back in this game. Guinea-Bissau may not have scored, but they might pull surprise. He didn't want the team to go in with a new defensive midfielder because the formation of the coach really needs a defensive midfielder that is solid. There's a new goalkeeper. There's an addition. There's a new defender pairing with Trustekong. You need somebody who's already stable in the midfield who can command and lead them. That's the reason. That's not the Guavon telling me, oh, but I'm just saying that's the reason why the coach would have done that. So I mean, he came to play. There are 7 games in the Nations Cup. He came to play. There's no need whether I start or not. So it was a good one. I start. And thanks to Kelechi for that assist to Sadiq Kumar. It was a beautiful, beautiful one anyway. Without a doubt, say, and that played well. I expected more from a boy. Well, I expected more too, but I like the boy. I just like the young man. Tomorrow I have my first feel of seeing all of them in training, even though I met almost all of them before in at a hotel and some other parts, where our paths have crossed. But I think I love Tyrone Ibue for his calmness, his, discipline. He could improve his game. There are parts to improve, but it's one of those things. Nigeria lacks clinical strikers. This without a doubt. People like saying also complain, they complain. No. But well, you have the right to say what you want to say. Akimbola Larry is saying Moses Simon is a beast. It really is really a beast. If he can get a coach that help him work on his crosses, he have the potential to be a world class player. Okay, but he just needs to improve on his crosses. Other than that, it's good. Remy Lekon Arogundade said, "Yes, I heard your voice. Oh, thank you very much." Johnny Gaffa, he said, Wakali done okay too. Also, he is the only one who can cross and take set pieces for us. I would consider starting him with Ndidi and Aribo. What that does is you alter the formation of the team. So when you do that, you might either have to lose Kelechi Iheanacho or you lose one of the winger, which is excuse me, guys, which is not good for the shape of the team because this team is not playing a 4-3-3. What you're suggesting now means that the team will have to play 4-3-3. Now we might not lose one man because the advantage we're having in this tournament is that everybody come into the games against Nigeria thinking we're going to play 4-3-3. But then there is one extra man who's constituting nuisance in their defense and they don't know how to mark the person because the team comes in and all of the media present the shape of the team like it's a 4-3-3. But what we're actually playing is a 4-4-2 that morphs into a 4-4-1-1 and then a 4-5-1. So it's hard because Kelechi is doing an incredible job. The kind of job that he does is the type that people don't see and appreciate. You have to be a technical man to see the game and say, oh, this is what he's doing. He's frustrating the channels for the opposition team. He did it against Egypt, he did it against Sudan, he did it again today. Frustrating the channels so much so that you don't know who to mark. Okay, I'm going to mark Kelechi, he's their top striker. But then there is one other player up front, Sadiq Kumar or Taiwa Wani. Okay, I'm going to mark down, then Kelechi is free. So there is always that situation where you have two players trying to stand mark against one. But then Igbo people will say, oh, Fujida, but which means one will take away two. So we're using one player to cancel two people in our game, which is very, very nice. So I don't think that will work the way you said it, Johnny Gaffa. Omini Ekwe, he said, good morning, brother. The Lord is your strength. Thank you very much. Without a doubt, he said, Iwobi is disappointing me a bit. Well, he did disappoint today. He has not done too well, but he did disappoint today. If we judge him by this tournament, first game, he introduced him in the player, second game, but in this game, he did way better. He was running well. He was moved. There was plenty of movement, and that's one of the things that I expect from him. There's plenty of movement, plenty of interchange of position. In football, sometimes it's not just the guy who holds the ball and deliver the cross that is good. It is the guy who makes the runs that confuses the opposition not to be in their right position, and then somebody else makes the cross for someone else to score. That's really the danger man, like Amokashi used to be. But sometimes we don't notice that part in football because we're just watching for who plays the ball and who did not play the ball. I think Iwobi did a lot of running today. You guys know that I'm not his fan, but he did a lot of running. I don't think today is the kind of day where we can come out and criticize Alex Iwobi. He really did do well today, and I appreciate him for that. Pat Junior Pillar, I say, what team did you own? I know you have experience as an owner. More power, great Elegbete. Okay, so I was a co-owner of Globestar Football Club some years ago, and then I was the one who sold it to Colonel A.U. Suleiman, that now named it Babanawa, and I joined the administrative team that moved the club. So we started from state league and we got all the way to pro, and then the club got relegated from pro to the second division to the lower division, and then I had to go sell it. I sold it in 2003 for 1.5 million naira, and then they asked me to stay with the team, to stay with them. That's how I came to Lagos anyway. It was never a plan for me to come to Lagos. That's how I came to Lagos. I had to stay with the team for 18 months, and then we gained promotion immediately in that first season. But then they didn't fulfill the promises they made when they say if we get promotion, this is what they were going to do. And even my salaries, they were owing me salaries, so I resigned and I left. That's how, I was still settling down thinking I wanted to go to Hamburg in Germany because I had a job waiting for me. And then the guy who was the football director died in the car accident, a terrible accident. And then I was just stuck in Lagos thinking, what's my next move? I want to go to Sweden and maybe go work with my former club or do something in Europe. And then the opportunity to go to radio came up. And then I went in for that audition in July. It didn't work. And then in August, I was called up to come and do something. And that's how I veered into radio up until this day. And I've now become a media person. So that's the story of me, being in football. Emmanuel Okonta says, sorry for the wahala way them give you and for all the hard work you put in for bringing us a great content. There's not, I don't get choice. I may choose this life, so I've got to do it well. What is what doing is what doing well. Okay, so I've got to do it well without complaining. I can't even complain. Sef. I'm grateful that I have people here following up on what we do. Movies Home TV series. You say, who do you think we will meet next? Gambia or Gabon? All the best in Cameroon. I don't know who we'll meet, but I'm waiting. Anybody, it looks like the team can play anybody right now, apart from Cameroon. I'm hoping that we'll play Cameroon in the finals, but it seems like we can play anybody right now, and the team is very good. What I like about the team is everybody that comes in is giving their best based on their ability, not trying to be like somebody else. So I think it's good, and then there's a good chemistry in the team. The players are disciplined. The coach is working a whole lot more than I've seen in any other coach of the Super Eagles work before now. The coach really wants to win this tournament. When I talk to him, I'm feeling his pulse. I'm looking at him psychologically. I'm analyzing him, and I'm saying to myself, this guy wants to win the tournament. This guy feels like in 2006 was a disappointment. That's was it not that offside goal? Felt like it was a disappointment and he wants to redeem his image. So, Steve Keshi, who was his teammate and captain, won the Nations Cup as a coach. If he wins this one, that's a very big boost to his CV. He knows that winning it will automatically put him in charge of the Super Eagles full time and he will coach the team to the World Cup qualifiers. And who knows, God helping him, he would win it and then go to the World Cup. So he wants to do that. Who wouldn't want to do that, in his career and have that on his name? So I think he wants to win it. When they say Keshi is the captain of the team that won the Nations Cup, it was really Eguavon that was the captain of the team. Keshi didn't play too many matches, okay? So he wants to have the opportunity to say, okay, yes, I did it. I captain on the interim, and I won the Nations Cup as interim captain. Going to the Nations Cup again as interim coach, and I won the Nations Cup. It will make sense, It will make sense because it will be only him to be the person that achieved that both as a captain and as a coach on the interim. That will be a great story to make. And we're here to do movie around it, so we could create a side story on that one. It's something that I'm considering, but I'm going to look at it whether it fits a storyline. Okay, movie story series. Who do you think we will? Okay, I'll answer that one. Without that, you say you can't play Ajayi and Ekong at the same time. Those ones go be slow like snail. But the two of them played today and they were not slow like snail. They played and they played very, very well. So I don't know what you're saying. I think there was perfect understanding. The both of them were good. Their timing on the ball was fantastic. And don't forget that Trusekong was the man of the match for the game today. Trusekong have played differently in this tournament than he played during the qualifiers under Ghana. So let's give him credit where it is due. Let's not just fix our minds on the previous game that he played, but let's also talk about this game that he played, and I think that it was fantastic in this game. Timi Abayomi say, as for me, I enjoyed the match, and I like the fact that we could field a second team without dropping our tempo, reliance, or shuffle our pattern, which means team depth. Yes, I agree with you on that one too. Movies Home TV series. You say Kelechi for me is doing the job Firmino does for Liverpool. So much underrated and creates space for the other attackers. Yes, and another thing I noticed is the fact that Kelechi and Iwobi seems to have a very, very nice understanding. They seem to know how to exchange position and then also do the give and go, the yo-yo, the drop in and drop out kind of thing. I like it. I saw it in today's game. I think I like it. It's something that I wish would continue. Akimbola Larry said, Kelechi in this AFCON reminds me of his under 17 exploit. No, at under 17, he created more chances for himself and he was shooting more. He's not done that in this tournament, but he's a different Kelechi. What I like about him in this tournament is the fact that he's not playing other statesman and he's always looking out for some other teammates. That wasn't the Kelechi I used to know from under 17, but it's beautiful to see that happen. Loyal to the soil. Do you believe Iguavon is a better coach than Pacero will be? His record so far is highly impressive. I think that Iguavon, from the get-go, I believe Iguavon ahead of Pacero. For one, Pacero does not have the loyalty to say, "Oh, I'm doing this for my country. This is me. I'm a former player of this team. I have this team at heart. Pacero is coming here to earn money. Would he be a good coach? How would I know if we've not tested him? I cannot criticize him because he also doesn't have a bad record. He's won a league with Al Ahly in Egypt. He's done some things that you could give him respect for. In other words, in coaching, Pacero have earned his respect not only until you win the World Cup or win the English Premier League for people respect you. He's won a league title in a country that is not his language. So I give him respect for that. Would he have done a better job than Eguavoen? I can say no because what Eguavoen has done with this team is brought in psychology. It's not like, oh, one thing or the other. It's brought in psychology. I remember I asked him a question in the mid zone. You will see it if he makes the cut to the film, or you will see it somewhere one day. And I asked him a question about something that is he answered it the way I was expecting. That most times it tells his players that listen, not everybody will play. But prepare yourself like you're going to play because your moment will come. And when your moment comes, you don't want to disappoint. But when you're not playing, support those that are playing. That's psychology at the highest level. And he also used the things that they can relate to. He said Emmanuel Amunike went to the Nations Cup in 1994, didn't play any game to the finals, but he became the guy who won the game for us, moved to Sporting to Barcelona, and won African Footballer of the Year, even though he was a Zamalek player. So that's something that you could tell your players. That's something that no foreign coach in Nigeria can have because they didn't have the experience. They didn't experience it. They can only read it from history of yesterday, and it doesn't really connect to them. But Iguavon mentioning it to these players, Iguavon experienced it, he lived it. It's just like me sharing you my experience in Cameroon. What I've learned is different from what I've always read on paper. So it's one of those things that you look at and you're like, wow, okay, this experience, this person is saying it. There's something we can learn from it, and that's one of the things. I give Super Eagles players a whole lot of credit because all of these things we're talking about Guavon, they were not winning. We'll be talking about Guavon. Right now, we're talking about how NFF should sack them. I mean, Almighty Ghana got knocked out in the group stage, and some of that big teams might still get knocked out in the group stage. Algeria, look at how bad they played in this tournament. So it's not over until it's over. You can't just judge him. But I think that I'll rate Guavon way above Pesero right now, not because I think Pesero is bad, but because I think that Iguavo is in Nigeria and is a former Super Eagles, and that means a whole lot to him coaching that same team. Because I mean, thinking for yourself, if you're in this position, you know how what it will mean to you. Stamina, Emmanuel. Wow, you never sleep. Well done with your Igbo language. Did I get it correctly? I learned that from our coach, Dandy Mezurike in Chaparozo. You know, he used to say to Boilitu, uh, uh, what's his name now? Boilitu, what's Boilitu's name? But he would say, Boilitu, Makinia, the way he speak, there's the way he speak the Ikwerre. When I say Ofujidabo, and so when I went to ask him, I said, Coach, what is Ofujidabo? I said, when one person eliminates two players, like one defender is able to mark two players out of the game because of how he positioned himself tactically on the field of play. So that is stuck in my head. I mean, that's the way I learn anyway. That is stuck in my head since that time to this very day. So most time, and then the way he explained it anyway, you know, Danny Mezurike, you cannot fault him. He's one of the best youth coach in the world that I know. Just unfortunate that in Africa, those coaches don't get greater recognition. They don't get signed by big coaches, big clubs, because big clubs are looking for instant results. But he's a great youth developer. And you know, because our football is not structured in the way where the professional clubs have youth teams. But he used draft. He said, you know, when you're playing draft and the opposition mistakenly plays in the corner, and then you now have this one player, one seed that can stop two because one is blocking one player here, one seed here is blocking the other one from moving this way. So that's what you call Ofujidabo. Okay, or use one seed to shop two. Again, it's Ofujidabo. That's what he explained to me, and it has stayed in my head. I don't know if the way I pronounce it is right, but it has stayed in my head since that time till this very moment. Pat Junior Pillar, I said, in my opinion, you are one of the few quality sports journalists in the land. Never change. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Without a doubt, to say if Eguavon wins AFCON and the NFF fires him for foreign coach, I will boycott the Super Eagles permanently. This colonial mentality is too much. I don't. First off, let me be very frank with you guys. I don't think the NFF or anybody in Nigerian football right now can have the heart, the conscience, and the guts to do that. Personally, I called Amajo and I remember saying to him, I said, listen, I know that it's your job. You're the boss of the NFF, and I will respect you. It's your job. But let me say this. This coach gets to the semi-finals of the Nations Cup. Leave him to go to the World Cup and let him go and fail. Because even your white man went to the World Cup and get knocked out in the group stage. So I don't care what you think, what you believe. And Amaju is a listener. We might accuse him for a lot of things, but he's a listener. And this is what he told me. He said, look, Ese, before the Nations Cup, Nigerians say I make a mistake by putting a wife on there. And this he told me one thing that just end my argument. He said, this Eguavon that you people are loving now. He came to NFF to apply for assistant director of football. But I made him the director of football because my mission is to give ex-players a chance because everybody always complain that ex-players are not doing well. So look at my record. I'm the one that have given ex-players a chance the most in the last 20 to 30 years of Nigerian football. I said, okay, because in an argument, when somebody presents fact that is superior to your own, you have to bow. It doesn't matter whether you like the person or not. The conversation is not about like, it's about, okay, but what you said is true. And I can't argue about that. So I think that it's up to you, Ivan. Like I told him, I said, coach, it's up to you. It's your job to keep. If you go to the next round, you win quarterfinal, just win quarterfinals, get to the semifinals. The whole of Nigerians will stop. The whole of Nigeria will stand up on your side and support you as you go. And then it's up to you to qualify for the World Cup and go to the World Cup and perform this kind of magic. We didn't expect you to go this far, but you have done this. This team took only 10 days to prepare. I mean, no team goes to a tournament with 10 days preparation and win it. Ethiopia prepared for more than 6 months. No, so many teams prepared way before us. But look at where we are today. So, but there's still places, more steps to go. We're not Ghana, we're not any of those. We're Nigeria. Let's focus on being Nigeria, and we want to win the Nations Cup. Everywhere I go, I tell people that we're going to win. And Cameroonians think that they will win this one, but I want to win. For me, it will be very sweet for me for the work that I'm doing, the project that we're doing for Nigeria to win. I don't have alternative. I don't have a plan B. Like, oh, they don't win it. It doesn't matter. I don't have a plan B. I will have a great story to tell if we win it. So that's my prayer. I'm just here praying, and the team have been doing what God has been answering our prayer. So I don't want to even contemplate something else. Johnny Gaffa said, I want to see Onyekuru given a chance, that of Educate as sub. Where's that of Educate as sub for Chukwueze. Educate plays like a freestyler, not for me. Okay, I agree with you on that, but he tried today. He started today and he tried. He had a good game, had some shots that didn't hit target. Look a bit tired in the second half, but he tried. Yes, Onyekuru is one of our most technically gifted players. We need to see more of him. Yeah, but the people that are playing right now are still doing their best. I think that Eguavon thrives on giving players a chance based on their fitness and how they suit his tactics, not just because he wants to select this player so he wants to please the fans. And I think that's what a good coach does. And I think it's also what is keeping the team united because everybody's happy knowing that they are playing based on their performance in training. As much as we know that Oyekuru is a technically gifted player, I've not watched that training. Tomorrow is going to be the first time I watch that training. And tomorrow training is not going to be major training. It's just to loosen up. It's a lose up training. So it's not going to be much. But for as long as I'm going to be here, I'm going to be in the subsequent training that they will have till the tournament comes to a close. So I will see and I'll be able to give you on my daily diary sections in the night, like this one I've talked. I'll be able to tell you what I saw, not what they told me. What I saw in football, I don't like to bank on what people told me. What did I see? How can I relate it to my days as a player? And how can I bring the player experience into this thing? That's why everybody's blaming Umar Sadiq. And I remember when I was just explaining something. I was like, oh, that thing you said is true. Oh, that I never thought about it like that. So I'll bring my players' experience into there, and I'm like, okay, this is why this person is doing like this. Is why that person is doing like this. But right now, the team is in good spirit. That's the most important thing. I like the chemistry. I like the desire. I like the passion. I like the will. The players are even angry with themselves that they considered a goal via penalty in the game against Sudan. So that tells you a whole lot. Defenders have been apologizing that they didn't mean to go that way, but it just happened as a penalty. There's nothing anybody could do. So I think I like that spirit. Sometimes when you have a team who don't care whether they lose or they win, and you worry, but this one, they really don't want to win, not just because they don't want to win, but they want to do something and make a mark for themselves. And I hear some of the injured players who didn't make it are calling in to see if they can come, but it's too late. But it also tell you that is good because they are monitoring the team and they know that, oh, like I say, my JC don't shake. This one will be like this. So it's something to really consider about. Uh, movies, home TV series. Say, I really pray Eguavon wins the AFCON. Me too. I believe in him before the tournament when I watched his analysis of his Super Eagles on That's My Work. That's my production at least. I'm very happy. I'm very happy you watch it. It was so explicit and convincing that I believed in him. Thank you very much. That's our work. That's just one phase of my work. We'll put in more effort into it, and we'll do more. You guys will see more. We'll see from Samson Siasia, Emmanuel Amunike. After the Nations Cup, we'll record. We've already recorded Samson Siasia. We'll produce it as we go out from the Nations Cup. We'll record Amunike. We'll go and record Finidi George and every other coach who want to use that platform, that Fame House, want to use that platform to showcase Nigerian coaches. Want to show the world too that look, Nigerian coaches sabi football. We've already started talking with Pitso Masemani, the South African coach that's with Al Ali, if we can fly to Egypt and come and do the same for him and let him explain his tactics, his football. We want our coaches to also be competing with the international. I don't want to. One of the things that I've hated the most is when I meet any grassroots coach, you know that in the last 3 or 4 years, I spent it trying to develop to grow grassroots in Nigeria. That's why we did the Lagos FA Cup for this and Port Harcourt City League. One of the things that I notice is if you ask any coach, what is your system like? They'll say, I play the tiki taka like Pep Guardiola. I play like Jose Mourinho, pragmatic football. And I'm like, can somebody tell me that I play like one Nigerian coach or that or the other? So that's the reason why we decided to do this. Now I hear people talk about the spine of the team, the axle of the team. I'm happy. I'm happy because one is my product. Okay, my product is not a reference point, but I'm also happy because we did it with a Nigerian coach, and now the man is succeeding with the national team. Meaning that we didn't just do that at the beginning when we did. I remember when that thing came out, people said we were doing a PR stunt, but what a lot of people didn't understand was that we made that recording way before the qualifying matches that Rob played and everybody got angry and he got fired. It was not connected. But when they now said they were putting him on interim, and Nigerians were not asking questions like, it's not good, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. I now said to my team, I said, listen, people are judging this man without knowing him. Let's balance the story. That's what journalists do. Let's put the facts on the table. Let Nigerians see it and then let them decide whether they like the man or they hate the man. Even today, when he's going somewhere in the mid zone, he said, oh, boy, now, wow, I know, see that video you put out now. People will say, I don't pay you money. Oh. I never see you since that time. Oh. God go bless you. I said, coach, no problem. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm honored to have done it. I'm also proud that you took the job on this interim and look at where you've taken it to. So I'm very happy for that one. I will just hug each other a lot. So it's a good one. Anderson Edika, I said, check back in history. You will find out that there is a bad omen that goes with any team that finishes the group stage with 9 points. There's no bad omen. Anderson Edika, such team often goes to the knockout stage and gets eliminated. Hope this won't be the case for Nigeria. Well, the only time before now that Nigeria got the maximum point was in 2006. Eguavon was also the coach. We got to the quarterfinals and lost, but it's not a bad omen. It's just one of those things that happened. And I've seen teams that got maximum point in group stage and gone on to win the tournament. I've seen teams. Germany got maximum points in group stage in 2014 when I was at the World Cup. They won the tournament. I've seen teams also lose first game like Spain in 2010. They won the tournament. I don't think it's like that. I played football long enough to know that all those bad omen talk not exist. But it doesn't mean I don't respect your opinion. I do respect it. But from a footballer perspective, hey, that superstition doesn't work for me. And as in, I think I say such teams often goes to the knockout stage and get eliminated. Hope this won't be. I'm not sure. Okay, without a doubt, to say Awoniyi and Sadiq aren't clinical enough in front of goal. Guy, the teams that are clinical didn't take maximum points. We got 9 points. Can we not also accept the fact that the oldest team in this tournament is Cameroon? The last time Cameroon won the Nations Cup, Abubakar was the guy who scored the winning goal against Egypt. He's still in this team. This our team. Some players are playing in national team. They're making their national team debut at the Nations Cup. Let's give them some time to integrate. Clinical or no clinical, let's give them some time to integrate. Some people are playing their second game. That only second game was against Almighty Egypt. We saw how they played. So let's give them some time to integrate. Then they will understand each other's run, each other's movement, each other's thinking, and it will be easy. Once again, I recommend this book. You would learn one or two things about what makes player play the way they play or behave the way they behave. This is just me telling you, okay? Where's the place? Okay. Mario Natalia say, I feel we are going to win this tournament. That's too fast. Anyway, do the players are playing their hearts out. That's too fast. I think you should wait till we get all the way to the semifinals. Let's take it one game at a time. Let's not rush over ahead and get disappointed or get angry at the end of the day. I want us to win, but I'm taking it one game at a time. Let's play the next game here in Garoua, and then play the quarterfinal game hopefully in Garoua. And then we'll start talking of the semifinals in Douala, and then the finals in Yaoundé. But for now, let's keep our fingers crossed. That's all I can say. Movies TV series, he said, I'm so glad to hear that you produced that clip and you are already doing more. That's wow. More grace to your elbow. Actually, more power or more strength to your elbow. But thank you very much. I understand what you're saying. Without that said, these world-class African players such as Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, etc., aren't doing anything in this AFCON. I bet African football is more competitive than European football. It's tougher because everybody wants to shine and everybody wants an opportunity to also play in Europe. So those small teams are not smiling at all. Johnny Gaffa, he said, depth-wise, does Nigeria have the best squad in African Cup of Nations? Well, they have the best results so far in the competition, and you cannot tell me that they've not played against a strong team. They have. So they also use the second team to play today, and they won by 2 goals to nothing. So depth-wise, they're good. Team does not need depth to win. Teams need their players to be fit to stay away from injury. So Alex Ferguson won the treble with 19 players. He have a squad of 30, but 19 players when he wants to play regularly. Asamoah went the season unbeaten with 23 players. The other ones didn't play at all. So it's not about it's 7 matches in the Nations Cup. Let's be very honest. When we talk about squad depth. What do you need squad depth for? I mean, two different goalkeepers have kept clean sheets in 3 games. We've considered only one goal. We scored seven. 7 goals. Is it 7? No, it's 6. So yeah, we scored 1 in the first game, scored 3 in the second game. That's 4. Scored 2 today. Sorry, 6. So I don't think it is anything bad, but we're good. Would I say that the best team in Africa? Well, best team in Africa is relative. Okay, currently, if we judge by the teams in the tournament, yes, they are the best. If we judge by FIFA ranking, no, they are not the best. If we judge by the previous African Nations Cup, Algeria is the best. So it is relative. It depends on what contest, what argument you want to raise. But hey, let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. It's almost an hour now. Let me read the next one. Mario Nathaniel said, without doubt, why are you complaining and finding fault in almost everything? I don't know. Without doubt, just did that mood today. Johnny Gaffa, especially when you consider the players not here and those who are switching allegiance, etc. Thank you very much. Without that, I complain because I'm a Super Eagle fan. I expect better. When you expect better, you can't complain right now. The reason why you can't complain is this team was playing terrible. No matter the expectation you have in a team, you should compare it, place that your expectation based on the reality. The reality was that this team was playing terrible, was horrible. A new coach came in who does not have the contract as the full coach. He was an interim coach. No, but not just because of that. He had only 10 days to prepare his players. In the process of preparing his players, Osimhen pulled out. Odion was not released. Shehu Abdullahi pulled out. Leon Balogun is king in center defense, pulled out, and he's also managed to call in other players. You know that Super Eagles is the only team that did not drop any player because we didn't even have the full complement of our team in camp when we're preparing. They prepared for only 10 days. In those 10 days, 12 players trained for 7 days, and then they got up to 18 players for the remaining 2 days. They flew to what's it called? They flew to Cameroon and see how far they've come. This is the team that everybody. This is the case of Tupac. I was born not to make it, but I did. Everybody didn't expect anything from them. So when you're having expectation, also show appreciation for the progress that they have made. Everybody that is here is a fan of the Super Eagles. You're not more fan of the Super Eagles than any other person. But then when you take fanhood into something that is no longer realistic, it becomes fanaticism, and that's not a good thing. I appreciate the fact that this is the only team in the whole of this tournament that have picked up maximum point. There is a reason, and before you think that teams in this group are not good, please remember that we also have Egypt here, and almost everybody thought that Egypt would beat us for 5. I remember the prediction we did before this tournament started was that 5-0, 3-0, 2-1. 3-1, 2-1 people were even nice because they said Nigeria will lose by just a goal margin. But see where we've come. Considering one goal scoring 6 in all 3, it's amazing as far as I'm concerned. So if it comes to achieving, the team have already overachieved. But then there's a new chapter that starts next week where they'll start playing in the round of 16. So let's support them, wish them well. If you're a fan, that's what you should do. Victory George, you say Anderson Edika, the Egypt team that won the treble in 2006, 2008, and 2010, won all their group games and were champion. Oh, God will bless you. God will bless you. Johnny Gaffa again. Thank you very much. God will bless you for this one. See, my mind not even go there. My brain is a bit tired, but thank you very much for helping me on this one. And this is why I do this live. I like this conversation. Not only me sabi this thing. There are people in it who also know. We're all sharing ideas. Thank you very much for putting up such great research and putting some facts on the table. So the whole talk of superstition is been laid to bed. Mario Natalia say, guy, enjoy what you are seeing right now. Mr. Elegbete just explained that this team didn't have enough preparation time, but you are still trying to pick out fault. Tell me about who is not a fan. I don't know. Maybe we are just maybe I'm a Cameroonian. Now that I've come here, I'm Cameroonian, so I really don't support the Super Eagles. But if you're a fan of the Super Eagles, like there's something I always said to people: if you're my fan, support me when I'm done. Don't be my fan when everything is fine. And when I'm trying to get from where I'm done to go up, that's when I need you to support me more because it's like brick and mortars fence where they just build the cement never dry. If you go lean on them too much, if you press on too much, if you put too much pressure on them, it will fall and everything will go down Yakata. So we need to understand all of that. A team that took 10 days, a new coach who, while he was there coaching as interim, they were negotiating and calling other coaches and telling the whole world that Jose Mourinho said this, Jose Mourinho said that. Come on, let's be very honest now. Psychologically, you know what that does to you. You know, because you're thinking, and then they not told you that, oh, new coach has been employed, or he's going to watch from the stand, and then you are going to, they're going to take over from you. Do you know what it does to your mind? Do you know what it does to your psyche? Even the players are saying to themselves, this new coach will come corner, I can't change players again. What do we even play? But just play, but just lose more, come on, because they already know, they know what they want to do. So it's not easy to be the coach who is told that your job, or forget, this is your job, we don't trust you. Because that is what it means literally. But I will not trust you. Just do me come on, them will bring the person who will trust. But then he's gone there to do what he's done. I think that what Iguavon need, and this is something we should do publicly. If the noise about how good he has done, let's judge people on their individual merit, about how good he has done, fills the air. Everybody talks about them and also praise them. This is one of the things I say. Somebody told me to this, why are you praising Victor? Moses Simon? Are you not his number one critic? I said, that's the fact. When you're not doing well, I'll criticize you. But when you're doing well, I will praise you. When you see it, you will not compare the praises and the criticism, and you don't know that, oh, this guy not getting the personal with me. Oh. He's just judging my football. I asked the guy, I say, I don't say you be Moses Simon fan. Let's be very honest. Do you like what he was playing on that Garoua? I said he was injured, he was doing this. I said, did he tell anybody? He was playing with injury, he didn't tell anybody. So I owe him that to criticize him. And I criticize wingers because that's where I played. I know what it means to be a winger, how to cross the ball, how to deliver a pass on the plate, and how to put it where the advantage is for your team. But that doesn't happen with him. That's why I criticize him. So I agree that sometimes we'll place demands on teams. But considering all the circumstances, the whole hiccup and the struggles before we got here, I think you are being extra in demanding for things. But I understand. I mean, loving your team is loving your team. We show love in different ways. Some people tell you, I've heard girls tell me that if my boyfriend really beats me, he don't like me. I've never raised my hand on a woman before. I love every girl I think I dated before I got married, and I love my wife, even my daughter. I don't feel comfortable beating my daughter. Sometimes even when I raise my voice on her and she comes and tell me, Daddy, why are you shouting on me? I hug her and apologize to her. I mean, I can't even stand my daughter crying. It breaks my heart. So if you love the team, show them support. That's what fans do. Maybe you should check the meaning of a fan in dictionary. A fan is somebody who stand by you in difficult time. But this generation believe that a fan is somebody who tear you apart when you're losing and even tell you that when you're winning that you're just being lucky because they're looking for opportunity to criticize you. That's not what a fan does. Okay. Uh Johnny Gaffer, thank you very much for what you're doing. The beautiful thing with YouTube is all of these contributions, they are recorded, they are kept as a line item. So you know in your history the people who do this for you. Now, those who don't have to do this does not mean they don't love the channel. To sacrifice your data, your time, to even stay awake and watch me is something that I appreciate. Me too. I'm very tired. I'm feeling hazy and sleeping now. But I spent the last 1 hour explaining myself and analyzing the game for you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you for all of the support, all of the love. We are 5 subscribers away from 6,000. I know that one day we'll be talking about 10,000, 100,000, and a million subscribers. For those of you that have subscribed to this channel, thank you. Thank you. I've not done anything to deserve it. It is just pure love out of your heart. It is just you saying, oh, I see a fellow human being struggling to grow here. Let me give you support by subscribing, clicking on notification, sharing their video, commenting on his work, also watching his live stream. I am grateful. This is not my birthright. This is not, oh, I too sabi na ikosa. I'm good at what I do, but people can still be great. It's the guy who is hitting the notes that people know. There are some people who can sing, who don't have the opportunity to even get into a record studio, or who doesn't have the opportunity for somebody to. I was telling my crew one day, we were driving on the road, and I said, do you know that some of these people that are selling gala and water on the streets, they are master's degree holder or BSc holder? And they were laughing. I was like, it's true. Sometimes it just does not happen. It just does not click. So I'm really grateful for all of the support that you guys have been giving to me. I'll keep working, and I hope that my work will make you proud. For those of you who've watched the Guavon video on Atlas, thank you very much. God bless you and have for yourself a wonderful day. Bright say, please go rest and relax for tomorrow's stuff, bro. Loyal to the soil, you say European coaches and teams have shown utter disrespect for AFCON and Africa as a whole. Do you think we should start developing our football and boycotting theirs? So I've said this many times. In short, my biggest work, the primary reason why I did not take our time to relocate to Europe or America between 2017 and now is that one day I said to my wife, I said, babe, you might not like what I'm going to say. You'll be angry, but spare me some time. I do believe, this is my mantra, that African problem requires African solution. I am here today because of that. Tell people we took loans, we are in debt to produce content that will show us on a platform that makes us equal to the Europeans or the South Americans. Our football is not bad. Our presentation is what is bad. So I don't know if you've ever gone to, like, I grew up with my mom. I see these days when they make eba, they'll just use the eba toner to pack it, put it on a plate and serve food and eat. My mom does not do that. My mom will mold it, wrap it, clean it up, and put it in plates and use the glass cover to cover it and serve it. It seems like if they serve the food like that, the food is a bit sweeter are more satisfying than just cut it, blah, blah, just put it there like purge, and then you just go out, like they are giving food to prisoners. So, what is wrong with our football is the presentation, and it's what we're trying to do. It's hard, it's expensive, but we're trying to look at that video of Iguavan that we put out. And everybody, if go watch the video and then go to the comment section and compare it to comment sections of other Nigerian works that you've seen, you will notice that the comment sections were all beautiful, all nice, all lovely. What we've not learned to do here, we've not learned how to create film content that narrates. Like, people don't know the story of the players, the struggle they go through, whether they are playing with injuries, whether they are taking painkillers, whether they are being threatened by their club in Europe and all that. People don't know all that. So we need to tell that story. But our media over the years have always told negative story. Oh, they are stealing money from the NFL. Oh, this is happening. Oh, this. So we have created this antagonistic system between the fans and the team and the federation that we no longer have passion for the game. We need to change that story. It's a gradual thing. It's not going to happen overnight. Edaf alone cannot do it, but it's something that we all need to do. And gradually, gradually, African football will be elevated. Everyone told me something today. He said, okay, yesterday now when another day, he said, do you know that is your video? Is that video that you did that is the reason that I'm still the coach of this national team? If not, a white man would have taken over the job. Thank you. And I felt fulfilled. Since I shot that video, this is the first time I'm seeing a guy. I've not seen him since that time. Since we shot that video, that was like about 4 months ago. 4 months ago, I've not seen him or even spoken to him. Today, I saw him in the press conference and I asked him that question. And after, when we got to the middle, he shook my hand, hugged me. And some people say, coach, now only him you hug, you know, hug us. And it's like, oh, you guys will not understand. That alone is satisfying for me. I want to do the same for Iguavon, for Sasia, for Christian Shuku, for everybody. Let them be seen in their real color, in their real element, and let them earn the respect that they deserve for their job. Without a doubt, you say African pitch go be like basketball court, ball go bounce up and down like kangaroo. This guy, you really do have a problem. This guy, you really do have a problem. I don't know, but there is something wrong with the way you see. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. The pitches in Cameroon, there are things that are not good in Cameroon, but the pitches in Cameroon are fantastic. The pitches in Cameroon are fantastic. Every stadium that I've seen is good. I was in the Garoua stadium today, and that pitch is good, just as good as any pitch in the world. So I don't know what you're saying, but whatever it is you're saying, whatever mindset you have, it's yours. I don't want to end my show on a not so nice comment, but it's time to go. I need to sleep. I'll be waking up again 5 a.m., setting up all these things, and then we'll hit the road. So thank you. I will definitely not have the normal time live stream. That's why I'm doing this. Tomorrow again, after everything is done, after all said and done, I'll give you a diary section, a 1 hour diary section, where I'll give account of everything that we did, tell you where we went, my experiences, what I saw, and all that. But so far, thank you very much for everyone who's been here. God bless you. This is one of the live stream that I really enjoy the viewership and the comment as well. My name is Edafi Matthew. You love to come in the Elevator Sports. This is Celebrated TV and radio, and it's my diary section from Cameroon. Watch out for another one again tomorrow. Good night. Have yourself a wonderful day. Movies, home, TV series. I was waiting for an additional comment and about that. Without a doubt, I beg constructive criticism. That's not constructive. I beg, pack your face. Can they try to be nice to you? That's not. You are hating on everything Africa. You went from hating on the team, hating on the players, now hating on Africa. You don't know anything. People like you talk rubbish. Somebody should tell you you're talking nonsense. There's so much hate in you, like you don't know what you're saying. South Africa, the pitch is bouncing in here. You don't know what you're saying. Talk rubbish. Movies home says good night and have a peaceful sleep. Thank you very much, and I wish you the same. Mario, Nathaniel, good night. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next diary section.